Donald Trump's lawyers went to court this week trying to get the civil lawsuits against the former president by members of Congress and, of course, Capitol Police officers dismissed. And they used what might actually be the dumbest arguments we have seen for Trump's lawyers. And I gotta be honest, I've used that phrase many times over the last few months. Because every time these lawyers, regardless of which lawyers they are or which case it involves, every time they come out, they're saying something even dumber than they had previously. But luckily this week, Judge Amit Mehta wasn't having any of it. Didn't want to listen to all the nonsensical BS that these lawyers were spewing out. And in fact, he called them out for it to their faces during the hearing. Here's what happened. Mehta said that for a 2-hour period on the day of the siege, Trump did not take to Twitter or to any other type of communication and say, "Stop, get out of the Capitol. What you are doing is not what I wanted you to do." "What would you have me do with the allegation the president didn't act?" Mehta asked. Fair question. After all, Trump's lawyers were telling him, hey, by the way, Trump was encouraging people to be peaceful that day. So the judge says, no, he wasn't. For at least a 2-hour span, the man did nothing. No public statements, no tweets from a guy who still had his Twitter account and was a serial tweeter. Did nothing. Nothing to calm the violence of that day. So of course your argument in fact falls flat. That's just the beginning, folks. You also had the lawyers try to claim that Donald Trump is immune from prosecution. Or from being sued, I guess it is. Immune. This individual, who no longer holds any seat of power here in the United States, is somehow, in fact, above the law. So here's what happened. This is what Mehta asks. So the president, in your view, is both immune to inciting the riot and failing to stop it. The lawyer replied, the president cannot be subject to any judicial action because of something he failed to do. Again, the judge wasn't having any of it. And I'm glad that this is finally happening. I'm glad that Trump's lawyers continue to fail with these absolutely ridiculous legal arguments. Do you know why? Because it tells me that when these cases move forward, and they're going to continue to move forward, if Trump sticks with these lawyers, he's not going to win. These are very stupid arguments. But to be honest, I don't think it's the lawyers' faults at this point. I think they're doing the best they can with what they have to work with. The civil lawsuits, the thresholds you have to meet, which is what this is, are so much lower than in a criminal prosecution. You got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt in a criminal prosecution. In a civil matter, you just got to kind of link the two in a matter like this, and you're good to go. And Trump's lawyers know this. That's why they're going to the idiotic arguments. Oh, you can't sue him, he's immune. Judge says, no, he's not. Oh, no, he was telling them to be peaceful that day, so of course he can't be held responsible. And the judge obliterated that argument and said, nah, he didn't say a damn thing. What else you got, lawyers? This is going to be a very interesting case moving forward. Again, this is just civil. This is not criminal. This will not result in Donald Trump going to jail or anything like that people want to see. But if it finds that he is liable for it, that could end up playing a role in some of the other attempts to use the 14th Amendment to prevent Donald Trump from running for office ever again. So pay attention to this one, folks. It may seem small, but it could have nationwide impacts on Trump's political future. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.